What's up guys, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. Did we hit our 2022 financial goals? Kind of yes, kind of no. Let's talk about it. Every month I track our annual financial goals here on my channel through a spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you in just a second, to see if we are on track of hitting all our financial goals for investing, saving, debt payoff, all that good stuff. So if you like the spreadsheet that I'm using today, you can actually get it for yourself in my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the video description. It's actually an instant download to Google Sheets and it comes with a detailed video tutorial so you can get started using it right away. So let's take a look at my family's real numbers. Okay, so here is the spreadsheet. If you're not familiar, every single month I record our numbers. I use our gross income when looking at this. You can use gross or net, whatever makes sense to you, but I do use gross pay, which means income before taxes, insurance, everything comes out. And our different goals for this year were to contribute to my husband's 401k, contribute to my brokerage accounts and Roth IRA. We're focusing on the Roth IRA at the end of the year and brokerage more at the beginning of the year. I don't exactly remember why at this point. I was very pregnant throughout most of the year, so a little bit of pregnancy brain going on. But anyway, for debt, we were paying off my husband's student loan, which we're currently still working on, my student loan, which is now paid off, and then extra debt payments. And then the spreadsheet automatically calculates how much of our income went to expenses by just taking what our income is and subtracting what we put towards financial goals. And then last, it tracks the percent to our financial goals, which ours were investing and debt payoff, and percent to expenses. So let's go through and see what we did in December and how we ended up for the year. All right, so I'm just gonna scroll this over so it's a little easier to see so we can look at December and zoom it in a little bit. So if you've been following along this year, you'll know that mid-year, literally in July, right in the middle of the year, we reassessed and changed our goals pretty significantly. I had overestimated, been very optimistic about what our income would be in 2022, and also very optimistic about what our expenses would be, and some of those things just weren't panning out how we had planned, and so we readjusted, and I'm really glad we did because we were able to hit our financial goals, but we wouldn't have been anywhere close if we hadn't changed it. And so mostly because our income was just not what we thought it would be. But I will show you exactly what we had originally planned and where we ended up. So you can see here, I've got all the numbers for December, I've got year to date, and then here's our adjusted goals and what percent of the goal was completed. And then I have a column here with our original goals that we set in December of 2021 and how close we got to hitting those goals. So we'll go through all of it starting with our income. So for December, we brought in $15,062, which brought us to a year-to-date total of $157,441. And our adjusted goal was $155,000, so we did exceed that. And so that was 102% of goal completed, but our original goal was $180,000. So we were quite a bit off of that by $25,000, 25,000, right? Yeah, $25,000. And so we were at 87% of goal. That's a B plus. But, you know, when it comes to putting extra money towards our financial goals, like obviously the expenses come off the top, even though you're not supposed to think of it like that. You're supposed to think of pay yourself first and stuff, but there's certain stuff that has to come off the top: mortgage, utilities, food, you know, all the essentials. And so after all of those were getting paid, you know, when you're making a lot less money than you had planned on, then you're just not gonna have as much to put towards those goals. But 2023 is a new year, so hopefully we'll be doing better this year. But let's take a look and see how we did on all our financial goals. So for investing for my husband's 401k, we did contribute $900 in December, and so year to date we hit just over $12,000, and our goal was $12,000, so that was completed. Originally we had planned to max out his 401k at $20,500, so we were at 59% of that goal, so not real close, but you know, we did put $12,000, which is a solid chunk of change in the year, to his 401k. And then for my brokerage / Roth IRA in December, we put $1,250. So year to date, we were at $4,185 on a goal of $2,000. So we did exceed that goal by quite a bit. And so that was 209% of goal, and the original goal was $4,500. So we did get close on this one. We got to 93% of goal. And so yeah, that was pretty good. And so for total for December, we invested $2,150, pretty good investing month. I was super happy with that. And year to date, we ended at $16,263 on a goal of $14,000. So 116% of the adjusted goal, but the original goal was $25,000, so only 65% of the original goal. Okay, let's move on to debt. So first we have my husband's student loan, so we paid the minimum payment towards that, in December, and since we paid all his minimum payments, we were right at 100% of goal here. And then for my student loan is now paid off. So again, right at 100% of goal. And then where you see the little difference is for December, we paid $640. And so total for the year for extra payments, we paid $1,698. And the goal, adjusted goal for extra payments was $1,630. So we did exceed that goal, but our original goal was to put an extra $5,456 to extra payments. So we were only able to do about a third of what we had hoped. And also we only hit 42% of goal for my student loan payments because we ended up having a financial windfall, which I've talked about in a couple different videos, where we were able to just pay off the balance of my student loan. So I didn't count that as part of our goals because it wasn't like a normal thing that's ever going to happen again. And so, yeah, we were only at 42% of goal for what we thought we would owe my payments, but we don't owe those anymore, obviously, because it's paid off. So for the month of December, we contributed $1,470 to debt payments. And so for the year, we hit $21,068. So just at the end of the year, we got some Christmas money and I saw how close we were to this goal and I was like, oh, we have to hit it. Like, this is an adjusted goal. Let's just hit it. So we did get slightly over 21,000. And that was our goal. So we did hit 100% of goal for our debt payments. But as I mentioned, that's an adjusted goal. Original goal was 38,000 to debt, and I would have liked to put more to debt. Even though my student loan was paid off, I still would have liked to, you know, put some more cash towards my husband's student loan and get closer to debt freedom. But we were able to put only $21,068, so that was 55% of that original goal. So for total expenses for December, we had $11,442 of expenses. Year to date, that's $120,110, and our goal was $120,000. So we were pretty dead on with that. I'm pretty proud of that. So that was exactly 100%. Originally, we had budgeted $117,000. And, you know, inflation happened this year. Things got more expensive. So I'm not surprised that we ended up spending a few thousand more on expenses than we originally expected. So we were a little over our original projection, but inflation. So I call that a win. I really would say that's a win for the year. Okay, and then percent to debt and investing. In December, we put 24% of our income to debt and investing, and for the year, we ended at 24%, which is in between that 20 to 25% range, really on the higher end, which is good. I wanted to put 20 to 25% of our income to financial goals. And then for expenses, in December, we put $76,000 to expenses and ended the year at $76,000 as well. So that was also in the range of putting 75 to 80% of our income or less to expenses. And expenses does include taxes, health insurance, all that type of stuff. However, our goal at the beginning of the year was 35% or more going to our financial goals and 65% or less to expenses. And really, if we had made an extra $25,000 and put it towards financial goals, we basically would have been there. Let's see. So yeah, we ended up putting $35,000 to financial goals. Originally, we had budgeted to put $63,000, and 63 minus 35 is 28. So we were off our income by 25,000, and then our expenses were over by 3,000, and I think that's where you get the 28,000. So if we had kept our expenses the same but made that other 25,000, we would have hit, like, almost completely hit our goal. We would have been a few thousand short because of the expenses increasing, but we would have been really close. So 2023 is a new year. I'm setting new goals. I'll be sharing that in a video soon of what our 2023 financial goals are. And it's going to be, I'll just, a little spoiler alert, it's going to be somewhere between here. It's not going to be as low as we have for our adjusted goals for 2022, but it's not going to be quite as high as our original 2022 goals. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle, and I think it's going to be relatively realistic, like something we could actually hit, but also going to push us some. And I feel good about this year. I mean, in 2022, we had a baby, and so that, you know, kind of takes priority over everything. It took a lot of priority over me working on my business. It took a lot of focus off of like looking for income opportunities and having energy and bandwidth to pursue income opportunities for me and for my husband. So yeah, basically 2022 was the year of bringing a human into the world healthy and making sure we do a good job taking care of ourselves and taking care of our daughters, and just keeping up with as much we could do financially, which still, I'm super, super proud of this. I mean, we put $35,000 to financial goals this year, and we ended the year better than we started. So, I mean, that's a huge win. If you can do that every single year, you'll be ahead of most people. And so I am super proud of what we're able to accomplish this year. I don't feel like any negative way about it, and I'm really glad we adjusted our goals. But I am excited for 2023 to have more bandwidth to work on bringing in income, paying that debt down, putting to investing, and just accomplishing all of our financial goals. So let me know in the comments, how did you end up for 2022? Were you able to hit your goals? Were you thrown off from inflation, from the uncertain economy, from job layoffs? Like, what went on with you guys for your financial goals? Comment below. I love to talk to you guys about how you're doing in your own financial lives. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And if you want to follow along and see how we do in 2023, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.